Okay, so on today's episode, I really wanted to introduce you guys finally to my husband. His name is Jason Ramos.
They already know me.
No, they don't. We're very new to YouTube, honey. And today I really wanted to teach you guys on how to create a powerful personal brand that's going to excel your business and help you guys grow your sales and just elevate and continuing to develop into something more. So I feel like this is your platform. How would you go about someone that has absolutely no business? They don't even, they don't know where to start, but they have a vision, and so they need to create a personal brand first, right?
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
Why?
And why?
Why
You're
a
right.
personal brand, right?
Why a personal brand? They have to understand that first.
Okay. Personal brands are more important or are actually better and easier to build than corporate brands.
Okay.
It's way easier because you can talk. A corporation cannot talk, like they can't speak. So that's why corporations find influencers. They need to go out and look for influencers so they can speak for the corporation, for the company. So in your case, you can talk and you have the personality. The corporation needs to find influencers, needs to find personal brands to input a personality to their brands. So why a personal brand? Because it's way easier. And let's put it this way. Once your personal brand is really well positioned, thereafter anything that you put out is gonna sell. Why are you buying Skims? Because it's Kim Kardashian's brand. Why are you buying, I don't know, like Papatua? It's because that's the skincare by The Rock. That's the name of it.
I had no idea that he came out with a skincare brand.
Yeah, it's crazy because the guy is even, listen to this part, and this is why it's important for you to have a personal brand. The guy is bald. He doesn't have hair. And he's selling hair treatments. Isn't that a really good example?
But do you think that he's actually doing good in that business?
Of
yeah, right?
course, it's The Rock.
Yeah, it doesn't
it's
even
The
matter.
Rock. It's The Rock. He could be selling, I don't know, yeah.
And he's gonna make it.
Of course. So that's why you need a
good
personal
example
brand.
for the girlies is Rhodes. Rhodes is by Hailey Bieber, Justin Bieber's wife.
Okay.
She just came out with a makeup and a skincare line. Yeah, so for sure everyone's gonna buy it just because it's her. They want to be her. They want to look like her. They want to use what she's using. So continue. How do you create a personal brand from nothing?
So you don't create the personal brand. That's the key word right there. Hey, we're dropping bombs right here. Make sure you subscribe or do whatever you need to do in order for you to get all this information. Yeah, we're dropping bombs right here. So you don't create the personal brand. That's the problem. Yeah, exactly. That is the keyword. Say it again.
Develop.
That's the keyword. You develop your personal brand. You don't create it, because if you think on creating something, when you're gonna create, you start bringing things from here, things from there, and at the end you're bringing things that aren't yours. So you need to put your own things. That's why you develop and position your personal brand. It has to come within, from within, from the things that you already are. Even your disadvantages. A lot of people go over those ugly things, and those ugly things are part of the foundation. So you need to put a really solid foundation, and then you start building from there. When I said disadvantages, is that a lot of people don't like to talk about negative stuff, their losses, their losses, and let's say struggles that they've been,
struggles or weakness,
struggles that they've been confronting in life. So huge piece of advice: embrace your negative stories, like those adversities that you already overcome. In order for you to be where you are right now, embrace them, because those are a huge part of your foundation, like the fundamentals, basically.
Yeah.
So not only the positive things, bring the negative things and put them together in order to start building and developing and positioning your personal brand. What is a brand? Let's talk about what is a brand, because we're talking about foundations. Yeah. So what is a brand? A quick story. How do you like stories? If you don't like stories, I don't care. Here you have it. So where brand, where?
Get used to this, guys. He doesn't care.
So Brands, where the branding came from. Like maybe this is just a quick story about it, but it started by people branding their cows back in the day. Back in the day,
Like moo cow?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, cows.
Okay.
Because how you gonna know if you find the
Yeah.
word in rows, like
Yeah, like how are you gonna
nothing,
know
like,
that's your
and
cow?
how you gonna know who the cows belong to?
Damn, that's where branding came from?
Yeah, that's one of the stories. There is many stories,
Okay.
but so like if the cow doesn't have any branding, I'm gonna take it. That's mine now. I just
steal
found
it.
it. Yeah, I just found it. That's mine, right?
So that's interesting.
And also like later after that little quick story, so if I take care of my cows better than my neighbor, how I'm gonna make sure that people recognize my cows and that they better fed, that they better, like, the meat is better quality and so on, if I don't have a distinction?
Okay.
Yeah, like, so I'm gonna start branding my cows, and that's kind of like a quick story of it, But
Now, what is branding in the modern day society,
Okay.
2025?
okay, branding is your reputation. That was the guy, the cowboy's reputation, like the quality meat out there. So branding is your reputation. Let's put it this way: branding is what people think, what people feels, and what people says or say. Yeah, what people say. Yeah, thank you. What people say when they hear or think about your name. Hey, pay attention to this. Your name is not your brand. Your name is your name, the name of your brand, right? My personal brand is Jason Ramos. Her personal brand is Nevet Ramos. So, and we have also our companies. We have Fieras Academy. I have Fury Tattoo Machine. I have Fieras Army, and so on. She has the Aesthetic by Nevet. So the Aesthetic Miami. So those are like the names of the brand. So that's not the brand. One thing is the name, and a different thing is the brand. What is the brand again? And sorry if I am repeating, but that's my style of teaching. If you guys don't know it, I do a lot of seminars, and this is my way of teaching. It's called speed learning, where I just repeat, and I ask you things like, are you getting it? Do you get this? Are you understanding? And things like this, but you get it, okay? So your brand is what, again, people think, feel, and people say when they hear or they think about your name or your brand, okay? So basically, your reputation. That's basically what it is. That's what your brand is, your reputation.
And so, from building a reputation, what should be the first steps for someone to start building a brand or developing a brand? Like, where do they start? People have some great ideas of businesses that they want to open, and it's like it never comes to fruition because they don't even know what to post, who to talk to, how to act. Where should they start?
Okay, you need to start sharing who you are. Start sharing your interests, your points of view. Like, your point of view is really important because that is what's gonna cut the edge. That is what's gonna give you a unique perspective about any subject, basically, any subject. And that's why people is gonna click with you. And let me tell you something. If you're in the middle, actually in the Bible it says it, like, you need to be cold or you need to be hot. But in the middle, I'm gonna spit you out of my mouth. That's what the Bible says, that God says. Okay, I'm not saying it. So in your positioning, like when you're working on positioning your personal brand, you need to be edgy. You cannot be like just in the middle, kind of like being a yes man.
Neutral.
Yeah, you cannot be just agreeing with
everyone.
everyone. Yeah, like I'm here. Yeah, you need to be a little controversial. Basically, like, you need to take a position. That's basically what it is.
You need to make a point. You need to, like,
and
make
stand
a
by
statement.
it. Yeah, and stand by it. And stand by it. But there is also like different strategies for you to like create a movement where these like kind of like step by step are like more specific. But definitely you need to be edgy. You need to have character. You need to position your interests, your point of view, so people is gonna click with you. I'm pretty sure that people that is into veganism or like,
They're making statements every day.
things like that.
Carnivores are making statements every day.
Yeah, like people, for example, let's go back to the example of The Rock. Like people is not going to click with The Rock when The Rock is like overeating and bulking all the time, and he has a diet of, I don't know, probably more than 5,000 calories a day. And there is another group of people that saying like, oh, you cannot eat meat and you need to like maintain low carbs and so on. So if The Rock is not edgy like that, working out, being strong, like discipline, and like basically like hustle, like the people that agrees with that mindset is not gonna click with him. If he was in the middle, like, oh, you just need to work out some days and some now, at the end, he's not bringing these people into his ecosystem, nor bringing those people into his ecosystem.
Because he's too neutral.
Exactly. So you need to be like kind of like edgy. But going back to the point, you need to start sharing who you are. You need to start sharing who you are.
So many people that want to build businesses don't even know who they are.
From the bottom up, that you need to start sharing who you are. The worst thing you can do is trying to sell something when they don't even know about you. That's why building and developing your personal brand is so important. First, you develop and position your personal brand, and then you sell. The problem is that you create a product thinking on you. This is a rule, basically. One of my rules, and something that I always go by, and I learned this from experiences: never create something that your audience is not asking you for. Never. But we start thinking like, oh, I'm creative, I have so many ideas, I'm gonna launch my, I don't know, like my training gear company, I'm gonna develop I'm gonna just launch my skincare line, blah, 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 blah.
I have a perfect example.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is like completely out of our both niches, but the whole thing with Aiden and putting him into this new school, and I'm looking at other schools. Mm-hmm. Remember earlier today, I saw, oh, look, a school is opening up this year in our area. Okay, I reach out to the lady, and then she tells me that she actually is not sure when she's opening up. She just said it, that she was going to open up a school, but she didn't have a plan. She didn't create a personal brand. She has no one to sell to. She doesn't even have the teachers. She has no idea how she's going to do it. She just said that she was going to do something, and she doesn't have like the plan, the branding. People don't know who she is. Only I knew who she was because I found her through hashtags, and I'm looking for those services. But a lot of people that don't know that she could solve a problem for them, doesn't even know who she is or that she exists, and here she is trying to sell something because she has a great idea. She's creative, but she's missing like the most important thing. She was missing to build that brand.
Exactly. So again, you never create a product that your audience is not asking you
Even
for.
if it's a good product.
So yeah, because and trust me, you're gonna say that your product is the best because we all believe we have the best. Okay, even when we don't have it, we are going to believe that it's the best. And if you don't have like honest friends, they're gonna tell you that yes, that's the best. But in reality, the market doesn't give a shit, okay?
Yeah.
The market is not gonna lie to you. The market is at the end of the day the one that judges, okay? So trust me, and trust me on this one. Never create a product that people is not asking you for. So how are you gonna create something that people is asking you for if you don't have people around you, if you don't have a community, if you don't have an audience? So you need to build an audience. You need to develop and position your personal brand. Create an audience. From that audience, create a community. Those two things are different things. A community is one thing, and an audience is a different thing. An audience is gonna come for you, for the information, for your style, for the values that you're gonna put behind your personal brand. But the community stays for the group. But that's another conversation.
That's another conversation.
If you
are, I'm stopping him in a few minutes.
Okay, is this for YouTube?
Yeah, this is for YouTube.
Okay, make sure you subscribe and drop some comments if you want us.
We gotta stop giving them some free shit because this is like too hot.
Okay, hey, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe if you're finding this a lot of value.
You want to see him continue talking, continue dropping gems. Like,
I'm just warming up.
Yeah, he's just warming up. I gotta cool him off because he's doing too much.
Okay. But like now, being serious, if you guys want to find more information and more content like this, in order for us to help you, not only for mentorship, make sure you let us know here in the comments what you guys want to know,
Yeah.
you know? But, okay, going back. Hey, make sure you subscribe, share with a friend if you think this is valuable. If you don't think this is valuable, share with that enemy that you hate, okay? But, okay, that's basically it. You need to start sharing who you are. And you're gonna start sharing your interests. Very important, your interests. Mona, how far should I go?
Not that far. You've already done so
Should we close soon?
We need to close it.
Okay.
I think that we're giving them more than what they
Okay,
need.
okay,
right
okay,
now.
so,
they need to subscribe. They need to like. They need to comment.
Okay, make sure you guys subscribe, and we're gonna see you in the next video.
Part two,
We're
guys.
gonna
Part
keep
two.
talking about developing and positioning your personal brand. As right now, think about an interest an interest that you can stop talking about all day, every day. Okay,
not
that's
once
your
a month.
that's your homework.
Not when you get a little spark.
No, that's your homework. That is your homework for today. Think about an interest that you can stop talking about. Like if you're into working out, if you're into spirituality, if you're into,
Fashion,
I don't know, like
beauty,
aliens or whatever.
Whatever it is.
Start talking about that because
Every
that
day.
is you.
Every day.
That is you. And that's how you're going to start attracting people that is going to click with your ideas and, of course, your personal brand.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave it here because he can keep going for hours. Yeah. We're such a great team. I love having him here. Honestly, it's like I hear these words every day, but sometimes it doesn't matter how many times he says it. I still learn something new just by listening. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Until
Big
next time.
love. Make sure you subscribe and
Mi besito.
share. Toma lo tuyo.